Okay, guys, we're back. Me and John just kind of, I'm going to jump right in, no bullshit here. Me and John just kind of went off on a tangent about dreams, and I was talking about one of my dreams is to put it simply, we were standing on planet Earth, and imagine planet Earth is just round. Of course it's round, you can't imagine it, but imagine it as like you're standing there on the very top of it, and if you move, you're going to fall because it's round. And everything around you is dark because it's space, except for the stars and the planets, and we were capable of reaching out at certain moments when the planets were close enough and grabbing the planets. And in my mind, I'm a big dream interpretationalist. I love this stuff. In my mind, that was basically God telling me, you are connected with the universe officially. Like before, you didn't know who you were, but now you know who you are. And the universe is mine. I can reach out and grab anything I want. I've got the power to control things. And I mean, nothing is impossible with God. And now that I'm connected and one with the universe, and the universe is pretty big, it's very big, I can reach out and just grab it and take control and make it mine. It's not mine, it's God's. But you get what I'm saying, like anything is possible. And that's what God is trying to tell me. Ashley, anything is possible. You are with me forever and ever and ever. And it was just so pretty. I'm sure a lot of people out there do understand this stuff, but I mean, John's take on it was I was basically astroplaning, right?
Yeah, you were, technically you were, well, if it's like, if it feels that real, and, if it, honey, I'm not that short. If it feels like that kind of real and that kind of vivid, and you might have been traveling basically like through spirit, and like and the universe and your spirit world from physical world, two different things. Doesn't even look the same. When you're in spirit, you can see, you can hear, you can feel, you can talk to people that aren't even on this world. Mm-hmm. And
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
He's gonna kill me for that.
And so basically it's like when you're traveling through spirit, honey, you're not really in your physical form. I mean, it's like other people from other worlds. I'm trying to get it because this is really complex stuff we're talking about. Really complex. But if you're traveling, and let's say an extraterrestrial is traveling from another planet, everything in this universe has this technique, and is able to travel through spirit like this. And we all have a spiritual father, all of us, everybody in the universe. Okay, the consciousness is what we're trying to awaken, because then we're able to do these things awake. Because sometimes when you're asleep, your body releases a chemical called DMT. DMT is the spiritual gland in your body, and it's able to basically telepathically send your spirit out into the universe, out into the world, and you can see and you can feel, you can hear, and you can see and hear everything. You can hear what people are thinking. And one day we're in this consciousness awakening of spiritual and guidance and all that, and the acceleration of energy frequency. And it's like whenever you have positive vibrations, those positive vibrations rub off on me. When I feel those positive vibrations, I start to get positive vibrations, and they rub off on somebody else. And if we keep a consistent positive vibration going on, then we will eliminate so much negative energy in this world. We're not going to have things like we see on TV, like things we see with the government. And listen, the whole thing with I'm keeping it real right now.
Yeah, there's no good
the whole thing with the government and all that. They might be able to physically
enslave us,
spiritually.
They have sorry.
Unless you sign yourself away.
They have no power. I mean, what they have power over is money and time.
And this is a tough subject to talk about on camera.
They don't even have power over time, because it's Dalton. I'm gonna reference you in this. Even whenever he got his truck towed at my apartment complex, they towed him over 6 inches. We went down to the towing company, and they're all in there getting fat, sitting around eating McDonald's, drinking their soda pops. Don't hate me for this, guys. I'm getting real.
We should have had that last conversation.
And, they were sitting there taking their sweet time, and Dalton finally walked up to the window and he goes, y'all can take my money. Here's $175, whatever the hell it is. Y'all can take my money, but you can't take my time. I'm an honest, hardworking man, and I don't want to be here. I just want my damn truck so I can go to work. You can take my money, but you can't take my time. And society is still trying to steal our time, but they can't and they won't. And if you let them, that's your fault. But you have to take control. Back to Dawn.
Actually, I want to go back to you.
And the whole thing about the vibration.
Ask you one question. Okay. You were on the floor when we were talking about this, and I knew we should have got this on film. But you were on the floor, and you started to recognize something that has always been there. And you started to recognize, and it looked like you were remembering something of some sort. And it looked like you were becoming completely aware of the fact that, I don't know, it was something about, everybody's in a cycle, and then we break away from the cycle, and then it's like, yeah, I forgot what you said.
Yeah, because when we were in the bank, if you can imagine this huge white building, the ceilings are really tall, and down here, can you imagine? Okay, this is what I'm seeing, guys. All right, imagine you're in a bank. The building, the walls are white because I'm a pure person, so there's not going to be any black in this dream. But the doors look like this. Imagine these aren't here though. It's just this. It's the frame and this. And one person was like, you know what? I'm going to kick down this door. I'm going to get through this door. I'm guessing that's the obstacle I have to kick through. Anyway, somehow, it wasn't hard. It was just you had to physically take the step and open it. And once that person opened it, the masses that were in my dream just started all running. And there was these things right here. There was 15 in a row. And it wasn't a matter of can you do it. It was a matter of when are you going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that is when I shot up into space. And everything became possible. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You just had... It's not the matter of can we get through obstacles. It's the matter of when. When are you going to push that door open? When are you going to break that obstacle down? And once you do, you can fly with the universe. The universe is yours. It just came to me. Anything's possible.
Anything.
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 With God. Do not exclude God, but He's the reason you're here. That's all.
Anything's possible.
Oh, and the whole vibration thing you were talking about, this is what I want to add, my 2 cents. If everybody stays positive and thinks positive thoughts, that's where the enemy comes in. Everything, every issue, anything in life that starts negative begins between this ear and this ear. It's called your brain and your negative thoughts. The brain is part of your flesh. It does not go to heaven. So, anytime you think one negative thought, that is not you thinking that. That is the devil. And people play off that one thought and then it starts spreading. And that's where negativity comes in. If you can just control those thoughts, we'd all be happy.
Oh, and grow it?
That's all. I was adding to it. I wasn't regarding it. I
know.
was feeding it.
This damn net, though.
But it's all about, our issues are right here, between this ear and this ear.
Well, one day we will be able to telepathically communicate with everyone and everything in the universe, with ourselves, with the people. I'll be able to just, basically, we won't need these damn things. We don't need a phone. I'd be able to contact you. Well, right, but we have to teach ourselves to get to that point of consciousness in this freaking gnat. I'm about to kill you.
See?
Keep flying in my face.
Distracting you. The gnat's distracting you. It just came to me. You were saying something about technology that we don't need this?
No, because one day we will be able to. Right now, we are in manifestation mode.
We should be able to right now, though, and I want to add to this real quick.
By 2015, we will.
What I'm saying is...
20 years.
The reason we can't do this right now is because the law and government have brainwashed most of society thinking we need to be texting all day long. We are zombies walking around texting. If we didn't have this, me and you could sit here and stare for hours and hours and hours and connect a hell of a lot more than the damn technology. That's what I was adding to yours.
Oh, we'll get there.
We really don't need it. We don't.
We need to look to our ancestors. We need to look to our future, our past selves.
Yeah.
We need to look to our spiritual guidance. Yeah. We need to look to God. We need to look to Jesus. We need to look to everything positive in our life and focus on that, and channel that into positive vibrations, because that's when we are truly able to be ourselves to the fullest potential that we are able to be at. Because then we are consciously aware of exactly who we are. Because we exist for a reason. And by the laws of physics, that because we exist, we'll always exist. And it'll always be a continuing cycle of life's existence in spirit and in physical.
See, I was always thought, like, at some point, everything, including space, will just dissolve and go out nowhere. Like, but that's just the thing, is everlasting life. You can't.
Time travel. Yeah.
It goes and 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 goes. I want to know the day whenever it just doesn't. But that's not going to happen.
No.
Isn't it mind-blowing?
Isn't it making sense now?
Yeah.
Aren't you remembering it? Like it's something that it's always been there, embedded in your mind, but it's like since we're getting
It came over for both of us. We are so freaking connected, it's not even funny.
Since we are consciously being aware of this,
God's
we are
here.
going to truly be able to fully be self-aware of who we are, and we're going to just flow instead of like always overthinking the next thing to this to that. It's just we're gonna flow with it, because then we understand that I'm here for a reason. I exist for a reason, and I'm always going to be here no matter what.
And that's why timing is not ours, because if we try to control time, we will mess it up. I honestly, right now, one more thing.
Okay.
As I look at you, I feel like I'm looking at his spirit through his eyes and his soul. Like, I can honestly sit here and say I'm excluding his flesh. I'm getting deep, I'm sorry. But like, I'm sitting here and yeah, he's covered in flesh because this is his earth.
This is your conscious. This is our.
Yeah.
We're.
I'm looking at your spirit and your soul. Your hair, your skin, it might be there, but this, without the spirit and soul, guys, he wouldn't have this flesh.
We're spiritually connected. We are basically, you and me right now. We are feeding off of each other so much that we are literally telepathically communicating to one another and speaking on the same wave level, the same energy level, the same vibrations.
That's why I'm married.
There's your show.